All right, now let's see if I can apply this decal or decal, depending on how you'd like to pronounce it. They call them decales in France and decalinos in Brazil. That's it. That's all you get. One chance, one shot. That's all you got. All right, you ready? You think it's gonna be good? Boom. I'm Mike Dimas, and this is Pinball Shenanigans. Ellie, snack time is over. It's time to get to work. You ready to check out some Cirqus Voltaire? Hey? Alright, fine, I'll give you one more snack. Here you go. And then I'll meet you over at the machine. Okay, you cutie? Alright, I've been away for the weekend. I went to a big pinball tournament in Mississauga. Spring Spectacular held at Maple Pinball, run by Jeff Teolis and the crew at Maple, Shane Jackson, Noel Hooper, Doug Bard, Adam and Haley, the whole family. It's a family affair. So I was gone Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Shawnee Boy and I went along with Julie. We drove separate, but we all hung out with all the regular boys and girls, and it was good times. But now, oh my god, Ellie is friggin' stampeding across the stairs. I can hear her. She is excited. Now it's time to get back to Cirqus Voltaire. And now that the playfield is assembled, it's time to do the first play test and kind of see what's working and what's not. I imagine I'm going to have a bunch of stuff to add to the to-do list. Oh, in other news, while I was at Maple Pinball, Mr. Joe Cherubino himself paid a visit and delivered me my D-Jenny Award. When the time is right, I'm going to open this and we'll talk a little bit more about what this is all about. But very stoked to have my very first Degenerate Pinball Award. This is my to-do list. Let's see what we got. Adjust ringmaster height. Add flasher to the menagerie insert. Get some new cabinet protectors. I don't like these clear ones because you can see the wear behind them. So I want either green or black or purple or yellow or something. I do have yellow actually, but maybe yellow isn't the best choice. Gold. Black could work. Blue? Actually, you know what? Why don't I use blue? There's blue lightning throughout. I think I like that idea. I'm going to do that because then that will cover all this up. And that'll look much better. So I thought I was going to have to like order some purples, but I like that solution. What else? Color changing shooter rod. I have a LED shooter rod. I just don't know if it's color changing. I may or may not change it. I'm thinking about it. We'll see. Like I did on my Theater of Magic. It looks pretty effing cool. Vacuum the cabinet. I haven't done that yet. Zip ties under the playfield. Now that I disconnected everything and reconnected everything, I got to do that. And new flipper buttons. And when you look closely, can see they're not all that clean. You know what? Ultrasonic cleaner would friggin' do wonders on those things, I bet. And had it for like a month. Probably should bust open the box at some point. But I was thinking like some cool color like purple. I don't know if yellow would work. But maybe something other than white. We'll see. I like how the art incorporates the flipper button. So like the top of this little Tesla tower or whatever that is, shooting electricity throughout. It's putting the volts in Voltaire, right? And yeah, so that's it on the to-do list thus far. But I think it is time for the first play test. So this is exciting. My main concern is this wire form bent or is it not bent? Is the ball going to travel through here just fine? it probably is going to be okay, because when I first noticed this potential bend in the wire form, I didn't have this plastic installed. You know what? Let's just grab my balls, do a little quick test run right here. This will be a little bit telling. Look at this. See that? I think that wire form is indeed bent. Look at that. So, do I try and bend the wire form, or do I just trim this plastic to conform? Well, I guess that is going on the list. So, my suspicions are confirmed. I don't know when, where, why, how that happened, but I'll deal with it. I'll make it work, hopefully, without messing it up. Okay, let's set up the rig, give this thing a test. The tournament that I was just at, Maple Pinball, biannual event. It's like the Spring Spectacular, and then it's like called the Ontario Open in, I don't know, November or something. Anyway, Teolis does it twice a year. What is going on with this? And I gotta tell you, like, some of the best friggin' players around, man. This competition is steep. I'd say that I think the #1 ranked player is probably Jack Tadman. I'm trying to get all this lighting going on, so it's nice. Let's turn on the machine. We got like Jack Tadman, Jeff Teolis, Mike Savage. We got Shane Jackson, John Flinton, Shiny Boy. Don't forget about Shiny Boy. But out of all the top Ontario players, probably like good 80% of them were there. So I managed to qualify in the playoffs for all 3 events. The Classics, the Match Play, and the Herb. So pretty proud of that. My best finish was 5th place. I was so close to making the Final 4. But I'm happy with that. Got a few bucks back. Got a few whoppers. I don't know how many yet, but this thing looks friggin' amazing. Hopefully the volume's loud enough. Let's see. Yeah, it should be fine. This is just a play test. You know what? I lied. I'm gonna turn it up a notch. Hold on. Okay, I literally turned it up 1 notch from 1 to 2. Can test out these flippers for the first time. Alright, let's just get right to it. I can see the ringmaster. Oh, you see that? It didn't like settle in properly, so I had to like push it to flatten out. What the F is that all about? I don't like that. Alright, here we go. Problem with me play testing is that I'm too busy looking for problems and not spending enough time actually like focusing on playing well. But I'm gonna just try and focus on playing well. And if there is an issue and I miss it, you let me know. Magnet caught nicely, drops there nicely, registers the lock, it looks like. That is 3 good things in a row. Oh, I just saw a credit dot. That's weird. Why did that show up? Was there very briefly. Okay. Oh, okay. I kind of see why that friggin' plastic protector is installed in the ringmaster zone. When I hit the wow targets, that whole plastic rattled. I may have to install that again. Alright, let's see what happens here. Okay, seems to be okay. Oh, that's like a little sneaky maneuver there. Oh, what's happening? Oh, okay. Oh, it took a second to register the Ringmaster hideout switch. And my right outlane switch didn't work. Okay, hideout switch. Let's bust out the notes. Hideout switch, right outlane switch. Hey, why are you moving like that? He shouldn't have moved up there, should he have? He's supposed to stay down for me to smash on him. Those pink LEDs in front of him are very nice. I love the color on the display, it's friggin' awesome. Is it ball 3 now, or did I already? Okay, yeah, here we go. Let's try and hit the skill shot. That plunge is really sloppy. What is going on with that? Yeah, the plunge and the auto launch a couple times just were really sloppy. The ball's like rattling around in there, so I gotta look at that. And look at this. That don't like. Okay, I gotta write both those things on the list. Ooh, that was cool. Neon worked good. Alright, so Ringmaster, flat, and shooter is crappy. Shooter crappy. We're gonna play again. The credit dot has not showed up. I can't make that skill shot for the life of me. You know what? That orbit shot is not just circling around to death, which is nice. That can happen on a lot of copies of Cirqus Voltaire, and that is super annoying when that happens. Oh, that was cool. Okay. Oh, did you see that? The right orbit worked just fine. Let's try that again. It's a tough shot. Hey, my little menagerie ball is doing its thing, and I just hit the Ringmaster and it didn't register. It didn't like my solid direct hit. He only likes to be tickled. Haha, you know? Tickle the Ringmaster. Oh, that's trouble. Okay, let's go Ringmaster then. How the heck do I friggin' fix that stupid issue where he's not going all the way flat without a little assistance? Okay, when the ball comes down the ramp, it's kind of hitting this switch. So it's a little bit sloppy. That might just fix it. See that? I got, oh, that's not gonna work. That is not gonna work. So that is priority. Let's just drain. Gotta friggin' turn the page now. We're going to potentially reinstall my plastic protector. Protector. Okay. I said jokingly last episode, there's the skill shot, that there might be like 20 friggin' things I'm gonna have to address. And it might not have been a joke at all, at the rate this is going. It's still clipping onto that switch, but what you gonna do? Maybe it's the clippy post that it is hitting. I do like that orbit though, it's not killing you. Let's try oh shite! Speaking of boom balloon, guess what's in this envelope? My new decal. Hey, let's just open it up right now. Again, this came from Pinball Inc., so thank you guys. Oh, and also $1.65 US to ship, not $20 US to ship. You hear all that? All the other pinball shippers out there. There's my invoice, just hiding all addresses and whatnot. Let's see what we got. I got charged $4.49 plus 18 US shipping, but they refunded me like a good chunk of that. But here it is. New old stock. Boom balloon decal. So we'll deal with that later. Add that to the to-do list too. Gotta punch way softer. Okay, let's start doing like anything. No, not that. Or that. I haven't hit the juggler shot yet. Let's go juggler. Okay, that worked. Whoa, first sideshow. Look at all the colorful tents, isn't that nice? Oh, I guess we gotta go up top here. Hey! The fake bell sound is overriding the actual bell sound. But that's freaking cool. That works. Uh-oh. Ball isn't finding its path in the subway. Stuck in the subway. Is it gonna find its way out? Well, that looks like that's the end of this playtest. Crap. Alright, I gotta open the coin door, quiet up all these solenoids, and probably gonna have credit dot now. Let's see. Gonna have an error message? No error message. Okay. Alright, well, I've got a friggin' handful of issues to deal with, so I think I'm gonna just kind of start plucking away at a couple of these things, and then I'll report back. Okay, I found the issue with the ball not making its way to the vertical up kicker. Here's the subway that it's supposed to travel down, and there is a lip here. I don't know if I can show you very well. This lip here, I think that's supposed to be like inside of the subway for proper and smooth travel. So I will sort that out, just remove it and reinstall it properly, and that should solve that. Okay, so that was definitely not the issue. That lip does not go on the inside of the subway. So I'm not exactly sure what is holding up the ball, but I did have these wires on the other side, I believe, at first, so maybe those wires were in the way. So I got them on the outside now, tucked nice and close to the mech so that they don't get friggin' snagged and snapped. So I'll give that a try. I did add a few zip ties, and so I can at least check that off the list. I think, you know, there's possibly a couple more spots where I could tidy up some wiring, but I think for the most part I'm happy with that. So I'll keep on keeping on. All right, let's give this a try and see if it works. This should just spit the ball out to start a new game. If it does work, except that I need to close the coin door, so let's keep an eye on this. Okay, so don't exactly know what was the holdup, but I'm guessing those wires. I'll try one more time for fun, shoot it around. Oh, what happened there? Diverter didn't have time to go to its home position, or it doesn't. Let's just go nice and slowly. There we go. There we go. There we go. Okay. So I go hard. No, it worked out time. Okay. The machine is definitely not happy. Now it is. But, okay, we got that one issue resolved. Oh boy, will you just shut up? Okay. Now, let's go ahead and try just shooting the ball up the acrobat zone manually. Kind of see how the ball behaves. Let's zoom in. Get a closer look here. You know what? Let's zoom back out so we can see it all. Okay. The ball is hitting this. So maybe I could raise up this plastic with another washer underneath. Doesn't seem to be affecting it too badly, but I did notice that. So let's try this a couple more times. Oh, missed that altogether. I was watching through the camera. You know, while we're at it, let's test that switch too. Okay, here we go. Beauty. Okay, I think I'm not too concerned about that anymore. It seems to be fine, except for the fact that it's hitting the tail of this. You know what, maybe I could just kind of do that. Bend it just a little bit, like who cares if it's perfectly aligned to the wire form or not. That might just be all I need to do. Yeah, look at that. That's all it takes. Oh, it's still hitting it. Okay, maybe I will put a thicker washer underneath it just to help it a tiny bit. Okay, this may or may not do anything, but it ain't gonna do any harm. So I'm gonna see if this helps to some slight degree. And then for all of our OCD's sake, we can potentially have this aligned like we want it. And let's keep an eye on it now. Oh, look at that. Let's try that again. Oh, Kevin's nub job is doing its job. Hey, look at that. It just tickled it that time. Ooh. Ball kind of flew off. I don't know where it flew off, but all in all, oh, there, if like somehow hit the wall there, I think. Let's keep an eye on that. Let's see what happens here. Whoa, okay. Came so fast that it flew off into the menagerie. So maybe that's why this was bent up. Maybe it was not an accident. Maybe it was on purpose. Someone bent it to try and prevent that from happening. Now with freshly rebuilt flippers and freshly cleaned playfield, you can see that potentially being an issue. Maybe after 500 plays, oh, that ain't cool. I don't love that. But maybe I need to put this back down so that it actually does slow the ball down just a bit. Okay, well, I'm going to do that. So I fixed one issue to create another one, so I'm just going to revert that back to the way it was and hope that is sufficient. Okay, that wire form is working pretty much perfectly now, so what about this feed here? I'm thinking if I loosen this screw, you can see that the cliffy post does stick out further than the ramp guide here, so if I just push that out a little bit, tighten it up, I'm going to need another hand here, but I think that will make that feed back down the ramp a little more clean. All right, let's see what we got. That is way better. It's not hitting the rubber anymore. Oh, I hit the switch that time, but... Oh yeah. That is much better. Kind of clunked into it that time, but definitely an improvement. Alright, so I tested the right outlane switch with the ball. Didn't register. So now I put it in switch test and it registered every time. So I removed it to have a closer look and it registers every single time. So it's tough to fix things that are working, but I did just take a flathead screwdriver, put it right in here, and pried the switch away from the little, this isn't focusing very well, is it? I pried the switch away from the yellow nub there just a bit because I thought maybe there's a chance that the switch was closed and that was the issue. So I gave it a little more breathing room so it can definitely open. So I'm going to call that resolved until I see it act up again, but I think that should be good. Okay, so remember I thought that the ringmaster switch, like the subway switch, wasn't working. Maybe that was just the issue with the potential wires being in the way, but I got it in switch test now. I've got the ringmaster up, and let's throw a ball. Oh, Eddie works. Look at that. That is the like magnetic ball sensor in front of Cirqus Voltaire guy. So maybe if you like go across it like super fast and hard, he doesn't like to register, but it's working good in switch test, so I'm happy with that. So let's check our subway switch. Trough middle and popper opto, so that's good. Let's try one more. I think I might be hitting these guys too with my palm. Okay, here we go. Trough middle. Okay, so I don't think that we have an issue there, so I'm going to cross that off the list as well. The hideout switch, and I did mess with the shooter lane and tested it a bunch of times, and I do think the reason why sometimes it is a crappy plunge is because this plastic here is actually broken free from the rivet right there. See that? So I wonder if I could remove the rivet, put in a screw and a washer to kind of hold that back down. That's not a bad idea. And then just kind of keeps the ball from hitting the roof, and then this plastic is hitting the neon tube plastic, and then that's why it sometimes rattles out of there. So that's what's going on with that. Let's have another look here. See that? Yeah. Things like just bouncing up and down like crazy. So that'll happen mostly when you auto launch during a multi-ball or something, but when you're plunging normally in this game, you're just typically trying to plunge for the skill shot there. So that is a super soft plunge on this spring tension, so this is about as far back as you pull it. Okay, I lied. A little further back. Oh, see, that's garbage. I think the ball might actually be clipping this little edge here. So I'm going to loosen these screws and push the whole thing over to the left, and maybe that'll help. Okay. The tripod's in the way of the plunger. I tried to move it over a little bit, the whole ramp here, but there's really no adjustment for that. So I loosened both screws, kind of like tighten the left one a little more than the right one to try and like lean it that away just a friggin' 1/64th, and it might have helped. I've tried this like another 50 times, and maybe like 1 out of every 20 plunges is crappy, and it's not really hitting the top plastic anymore. I didn't do anything with that. I still may though, but you know, you see what I'm seeing here? Things are looking pretty damn good, and I think I'm gonna check that off the list. Alright, let's deal with something that I'm pretty sure I can fix. I won't have trouble diagnosing the issue. It won't be intermittent. It won't be just dumb. It'll be pretty straightforward, right? Famous last words, oh, like when I lose this screw. Alright, so all we gotta do is peel this guy off and stick this guy on. So let me get to it. Alright, fine. I'll take you along for the ride. I heard one of you shenaniganders yelling at your TV saying you wanna see this enthralling footage. So here goes nothing. Wait, before I pull that off, let's have a look at this thing. Now, I thought that the whole time this was a plastic with printed art, but I learn as I go, and turns out that it has always been a decal. So, check this out. Ooh, new old stock decal with very vibrant colors and no damage. So I think that looks pretty good, and we're safe to peel this off. It's on there pretty good. I was going to just like sit down and chill, but no, you guys wanted to be along for the ride. So I'm going to just kind of come over here so I can sit on my butt. And just slowly work this thing off. Gotta remember what side is what. Or do I? Yeah, if I accidentally put it on the wrong side, those screw holes probably just, oh yeah, because they're like counter sunk here. So that's the top. That's easy. That's easy. I won't screw that one up. Okay, boom balloon. Oh, check this out. My Pineapple Shenanigans guy's got a new home on the outlet because I have upgraded the Workspace. This is the Adams family. This is actually the Badams family, a piece of the cabinet. If you don't know what Badams family is, just Google it. I did a whole video on it, and Kevin did a full restoration on it. And then I've got my Dimus arcade sign hanging out in the corner now. That was made by fellow shenanigander Greg Martin. It's freaking cool AF. And it's got a temporary home. I probably will do something a little better than that, just resting on the table, but that's what's going on there. So, Mr. Pineapple Shenanigans can't fit there anymore. So, anyway, little upgrade to the cosmetics in the Workspace, which I am very much digging, and I've got more wall space to go, so there will be new stuff added as I go. All right, now let's see if I can apply this decal, or Decal, depending on how you'd like to pronounce it. They call them Decales in France, and Decalinos in Brazil. Okay, how do I want to do this? I don't want to get my fingerprints on there. Oh, I should have my glasses on. Glasses on. Okay, that's it. That's all you get. One chance. One shot. That's all you got. All right, you ready? You think it's going to be good? Boom! I think it's good. All right, I'll install that, and then we'll turn it on and see if this LED, like, what do y'all think about this LED being so close to the roof? Oh, I thought someone maybe hacked in one of these black sockets into the equation, but no, this is a whole little lamp board of its own, so that's probably original. But okay, let's do this. Let's just kind of place that right there. That looks beautiful. Just the subtle touches, right? Let's get rid of this. Oh wait, Boom Balloon's gonna go like fall into the machine. No, I got the coin door open. It ain't gonna. Okay. That's not too bad. I could probably live with that, but maybe I could angle that just a little more central. I think that I can live with that. So, before and after. Boom. All right, I gave the cabinet another vacuum job. I did it already once before, but since working on the machine a bunch, I stirred up a lot of sawdust and miscellaneous debris. So that is done. Shouldn't be working under the hood too much more, knock on wood, and we'll cross that off the list. Remember in an earlier episode where I removed a little piece of cardboard that was very intentionally wedged into the Ringmaster assembly for some reason? Yeah, well, now I know why. Look how centered this is. Not very. Ringmaster wants to be over to the right. And guess what I think that little wedge of cardboard was doing? Yes, I think it was helping Ringy go over to the right a little bit. So definitely I'm gonna have to figure out how to resolve this alignment issue. Maybe there is an easier solution than removing him, because I definitely don't want to do that again. Okay, it's Ringmaster surgery time. So fortunately this is actually pretty accessible. This is the spot where the little cardboard was wedged. Now I think I understand why. So I will cram something in there. I've got it pried apart with a screwdriver, and then we'll recheck the Ringmaster alignment. Okay, would you believe this? I found the original wedge, stuck it back in there, and now I'll show you the alignment. All right, have a look at this. Can you believe that? It friggin' worked. It is pretty darn centered. So hopefully that solves my problem. I don't know about the height adjustment, but I feel like we're a step closer. Okay, let's run a little test here on the Ringmaster. See if he is nice and centered now. By golly, I think we fixed it. Yeah, that seems to be good. Okay. So, next, well, I don't know what his natural position is. Let's go to his natural position. Let's exit completely. And then he's gonna find his upward natural position. There we go. Okay. And we know that that is a little too high. Just for fun, let's do this again. Hear that? We're not supposed to be hitting this metal plate. So I'm gonna see if there's some information on how to adjust the height, because what I did earlier didn't seem to work, and hopefully it's not adjusting the switches, because they are not accessible. Alright, I put out a little video / question in the Pinball Repair Help group on how to adjust this guy's height. I think it might be those stupid limit switches, and if that's the case, I'm not sure how that's gonna work. If it doesn't work, then I may just leave it and just, you know, let the ball hit the metal a little bit, because it's gonna be a royal pain in the nuts to try and remove him again and access those limit switches, unless somehow I can get in there. But for now, it's nighty-night time for Ringmaster. Probably just a little short and sweet episode here. I don't even know if it's 20 minutes long, but we'll call this Tweaks and Adjustments Part 1, and I'll be back probably tomorrow to continue on.